Well, it's April 14th, and I am at Aman Park, or Aman Park, A-M-A-N. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. It's just west of Grand Rapids, and it is, in fact, a city park of Grand Rapids, Michigan. It's about 45 degrees today, a little breezy, overcast, as you can see. And this place looks pretty interesting. As you can maybe see behind me, there's a pretty good declivity dropping down to a river. There are about 6 miles of trail, I think, in 4 or 5 loops, and so I'm going to go check them out. I'll show you what I find. Looks like the start of the trail is at the end of this road down here. And from there it drops down towards the stream, the river that is off the edge there. If you look through those trees, you can see the tops of trees that are almost on a level with us here. So it looks like a pretty interesting place. A rather heavily used trail, it seems, though there aren't many people on it today. Nice drop down to the river bottom over there. Fine looking set of evergreens over there. Got a large white pine, and next to it some hemlocks. And another pretty direct drop to the stream. Or the forest here is carpeted with all these flowers. This guy right here, and they're everywhere, receding into the distance all around. Pretty beautiful. Quite a few hemlocks in these hollows. Hemlocks are my favorite evergreen tree in the east. And there are some wonderful white pines as well. These are some grand specimens. Oh, another hemlock straight ahead. And more on the other side of the trail. And of course we've got that valley right below us. The stream is further away here, and closer there are many small ponds. Looking down through Hemlock Grove to the stream. Gotta find out what the name of this river is. Trails are marked by these posts. I've been following Trail A here, and looks like A and E go together for a little while. We got maple on this side. No apples yet, but you can see they are coming. And then on this side we've got periwinkle, which are in fact blooming already. So a very nice forest. So another trail marker showing the junction of A and E. I've been following E at the moment, almost complete with it. This is apparently the dune for whom the park is named. Jacob Aman. The plaque on Aman's grave pointed out that this is a tract of virgin forest. I've been curious to see what virgin timber looks like in Michigan, and certainly this is far more open underneath, far less undergrowth and brambles than is typical in Manistee National Forest or any of the other woods that I have explored in this area. And there are some really huge trees, particularly the white pines are strikingly immense. There's one right there, actually 3, 4 in the picture right now. They're quite large. Overall, I am a little surprised that there aren't more immense trees in a virgin forest. But it's really wonderful to see what a forest hasn't been logged looks like. Very beautiful. Here we have a woodland variegated dog-tooth violet, that splash of yellow in the middle. It looks already open, but it looks like it closed down, I guess because of the cold. There's another one a little further back there, and a couple more over on this side. But I guess we won't be seeing the full display today of what they look like when they're all the way open. I do love the leaves, the beech leaves that cling to the trees all through the winter. Adds such an interesting dimensionality to the forest undergrowth. It's Trillium. More Trillia over here. Trillium mixed with another small white flower, which I don't recognize, but it's the same as was on the floor of the forest above, the white and pink one. Actually, I think we may have several different kinds of flowers here. Very, very beautiful. I was about to say colorful, but maybe all white doesn't count as colorful. So now I'm on the forest floor, about to cross this creek I've been seeing from up above. It's a heavy-duty bridge. Carpets of Trillium everywhere. Trillium and this other small white flower all around. And the further you look, the more you see. So I've completed trails A and E, as well as the part of Trail C that coincided with A, and now looks like I'll finish off some more of Trail C. So there's an oil well back here in the woods, together with a bunch of orange signs that say no on them. So it looks like that's the boundary of the park. Looks like we got an oxbow lake down here. The old course of that creek that is now cut off from the main flow, but filled with static water. Recognize. Back to trail B and D. An unmarked trail diverges here. Looks like it follows the top of the ravine here. I think I'll take it. Coming back to another trail, I'm guessing this would be trail D, which diverges from trail B. There's a point down to the left. I'll head that way to make sure I don't miss anything and then come back the other direction. Obviously not virgin timber in this area, although there's still some pretty good sized trees, but far more thickets, and the trees are much closer together. Just completed trail D and I'm back on trail B. In fact, actually I also already went back that way to where trail D turns off, just so I could see everything. So back to trail B right here along the creek again. Pretty soon I should be crossing it and heading back to the parking lot. It's striking how many fewer flowers there are in the undergrowth of this forest than in the section that was virgin forest back towards the start of the hike. Virgin forests just seem to maintain a level of biodiversity that is gorgeous. So even though we've got a lot more underbrush here, it seems like there's actually more life in the virgin stands than here. We're headed back towards the banks of the river for a creek crossing. Got some pretty high bluffs on the opposite side of the river, if you can see them through the underbrush. And as you can see, these bluffs are covered with hemlocks and some white pines. On this side, though, there's a redbud. Bloom's just starting to come out. And this is where we're headed. I guess that was the royal we. Or maybe I meant you and me. Another great hemlock grove right beside the trail and on the bluff above the river. Hemlocks. And parking lot. Back to the parking lot. So there are two small lots. Each looks like it holds about 5 cars. And on a Wednesday, mid-afternoon, a chilly Wednesday, they had a fair number of cars in it. We only got 2 in this one right now, but there were 4 when I came in. And the next one, where I parked, also had 4 when I left. So on weekends, when the weather is nice, they might fill up pretty well. There is a third parking lot that you pass before you get to these trailhead parking lots. It looks like it could hold about 8 cars. And today today it also had two cars in it. Well, it's a great place, and it seems like it's pretty popular.